Every day, something new happens, and here I thought I was done with Borderlands 4. There couldn't possibly be more, yet Randy Pitchford, that's the CEO of Gearbox, has found yet another way to weasel his commentary into another video. But it's not only him, another CEO behind another new game coming out called Mind's Eye, which comes from ex-lead Grand Theft Auto developers, is now also accusing people like websites and their competition and journalists aplenty by using AI bots and more to apparently ruin their online reputation in order to push the narrative that Mind's Eye is made by evil people. It's a mess, I know, but we're gonna start with the first CEO here, which is Randy Pitchford of Gearbox. You already know how Randy made the moronic comment of saying if you're a real fan, you'll find a way to buy Borderlands 4. It lit the internet on fire and caused a huge ruckus. It got a lot of people talking, and for good reason. Because the inevitable forced implementation of $80 American digitally for new AAA games has not been going over well at all for the industry. Randy got a lot of heat for that comment. Even other publishers jumped in to make fun of Randy, like Devolver Digital, which said this to Randy's comments on being a real fan. You're going to be able to buy Mycopunk for you and 3 of your friends for the price of 1 copy of Borderlands 4. That post got a lot of likes, and people were dogpiling Randy's comments, and then Randy, in his own unique way, shot back and said this: Mycopunk is cheaper than a point of meth, probably has fewer side effects too. Yeah, Randy has been known to be, well, let's say eccentric for sure of the best of times. But this wasn't the only time he's been dogpiled, of course, and it got so bad he actually had to somewhat apologize. This is from Games Radar. Borderlands 4's Randy Pitchford sorta kinda apologizes over $80 real fan comment. Nobody likes being taken for granted, and it was not my intent. And then another YouTuber named Moxie, who covers Borderlands content on his channel, I've watched quite a few of his back in the day, decided in a joking manner to run Randy's comments through AI and ask the AI to recreate Randy's comments in the style of Borderlands villain Handsome Jack. It was meant as a joke. Obviously, Randy knows that too, but this is where he starts to learn that maybe his comments on calling people non-real fans, if they don't buy his game, finally got to him, and he would reply, "Boy howdy, Jack GPT, is that how I sound? My bad, but cheers to Duke Nukem and Moxie OG for the funniest thing I'm going to read today. In seriousness though, nobody likes being taken for granted, and it was not my intent. I'm humbled by the love and support everyone has shown the team as we push hard to get this amazing game in your hands. They're crushing it, and I can't wait for everyone to play what's going to be the best Borderlands ever, regardless of where the price lands. It's going to be worth it, and then some. Back to work for me." This should have been the end of this entire saga. Randy had learned his lesson and hopefully moved on before the inevitable reveal we all know that's coming, which is that Borderlands 4 will definitely cost $80 American per digital copy anyways. I would be genuinely shocked if the game gets its price announced and it's like $70 American. Would it be pro-consumer? Absolutely. But with how expensive this game was to develop, I don't see Gearbox's investors wanting to be seen as good guys on the internet as a reason to justify the $10 or even $20 less per paid copy, if I'm being honest, because most of these investors, they don't even play games anyways. They're just in it to make the millions of dollars, and that's it. And maybe that's why AAA is so cutthroat and dry these days, because a lot of these decisions are genuinely being made by people who just frankly don't really care or even bother to play their own products. Take-Two CEO, whose name is Strauss Zelnick, which owns and operates Rockstar, which is making Grand Theft Auto 6, and yes, they also own Gearbox, so this all ties together as well, even admitted that he doesn't even play video games either. Here's this PC Gamer article titled, "Take-Two CEO stresses that GTA 6's delay is necessary to make the best thing anyone's ever seen, even though he doesn't play video games at all." I mean, the guy is not lying. There was this viral interview where Strauss Zelnick was on CNBC News and flat out states that he is not in the business of video games to play them, but simply to make money. Here, watch this clip.
And CEO, what is going on? Where are we here?
Listen, we just reported a great year, pretty much firing across the entire range of the company. So Rockstar reported a better quarter for Red Dead Redemption and Grand Theft Auto Online. 2K had terrific releases with Civ 7. NBA is up year over year, sold in almost 10 million units. And Zynga has multiple hits in market, which is tough to do in the mobile space.
But everybody's focused on Grand Theft Auto 6, right? Like that is the...
Is that a but? That seems like an and.
But the fact that your shares can be up 60% with the release delay of that by another 6 months
That's what I was going to ask. Let's talk about the delay, because people just want to understand what's happening there.
Well, it's pretty short delay. It's less than 6 months. And generally, when we announce a date certain, we're able to hit that date. But the key thing is that Rockstar Games is trying to create the best thing anyone's ever seen in entertainment, not just interactive entertainment. That's a tall order. And I think consumers have huge hopes for the title. We just launched the second trailer to 475 million views in 24 hours, setting a new record. The last record, incidentally, was ours.
How much do you think the whole system was thinking about that in terms of the ecosystem? Was for the holidays? Was thinking about that game?
Well, let's not overstate the case. We all look at one another's release schedule and make sure that we don't stack up releases. So that's not unique to Grand Theft Auto. But the delay itself is really a reflection of desire to polish and create the best possible experience for consumers. And we as a company have been known not to have sort of slavish devotion to release dates, but rather to seek the highest quality entertainment. And that's really, supported our success over many years.
Have you played with it? Have you seen it?
Is it done? Is it ready?
Done? You don't play a lot.
Still rendered?
I'm not a gamer.
We were talking about this earlier. You don't play a lot. So
not a lot. I don't play video games.
At all?
No, I do not. I'm not the consumer in chief. I am responsible for...
So when they show you the game...
Right.
Do you offer notes on the game? How does that work?
I share my opinions pretty openly. I think being the consumer in chief in an entertainment business as the CEO is probably a mistake. I wasn't the consumer in chief in the movie business or the television business or the music business, even though, I certainly can read a script and I definitely love music and I was a musician. That's not my role. My role is to attract, retain, and motivate the best talent in the business, and then get out of their way.
Hopefully that clip is still in this video, because you never know with news channels, they could copyright strike it, but hopefully you just saw that clip and saw for yourself how Zelnick just flat out admits that when it comes to his actions at Take-Two, which encompasses both GTA 6 and Borderlands 4, that he's just there to make money, and that's really it. The dude even refers to players as consumers, doesn't even consider them gamers at all first. Maybe that's why AAA is so cooked these days, because it's being ran by people who genuinely don't really care about the craft at all when it comes to making these things. They just look at spreadsheets and want the number to keep going up, and that's pretty much it. The humanity behind it is pointless to them. And clearly that same cold, calculated, almost viewpoint on games is expressed by people beneath Zelnick like Randy Pitchford at Gearbox 2, which is that unfortunately these people don't really see us as equals, and they kind of genuinely just view you as a walking wallet at the best of times. But this hasn't really stopped Randy specifically from trying to pull the victim card either way, because recently Randy shared a story about how once he shared an AI video of something that he saw. It was some video of like a cat with a crab in it. People got mad at Randy because he was yet again sharing something that was made by stealing art from others to make it, which obviously that is AI pretty much all these days. But instead of apologizing, Randy decided to get on his soapbox and then vent with paragraphs trying to paint himself as a victim. And well, it did not go over well. This literally just happened too. Here's what Randy said. "This platform is wild. A few years ago, I saw a video of a cat messing with a crab. The cat was pawing at it and the crab pitched the cat's claw and the cat just launched itself into the atmosphere. It was insane. The video made you feel everything that dark humor makes you feel in the strongest possible way. So I retweeted the video, and by the time I looked at Twitter again a day later, there were hundreds of people spending the intervening time arguing about how horrible a person I must be. They contrived that I must have enjoyed the cat's discomfort from the crab pinch, and they invented this idea that I therefore probably wish harm and suffering to all animals and that I should probably be ended along with my family because of it. Wow." He continues, "Now apparently because I quote tweeted an AI goop fever dream of insanity, I must have been fooled by it, which is, by the way, the worst crime imaginable, but somehow also I must be signaling that I am down with using AI for video games, and somehow also must just be a horrible person that cannot be trusted with Twitter or any of the creativity I am actually responsible for that brings any of these people to even know who I am in the first place, so they can give two craps about what goofy ass video I might be sharing while I sit on the toilet with my phone. I mean, thanks for playing my games and thanks for the engagement and all of that, but boy howdy, some of you really need to find some perspective and chill the F out. At Grok, can you just automatically block everyone in my replies who is an SHIT head? Anyway, here's the real SHIT, never read the comments." Randy, I know know I'm not your therapist, but dude, you gotta stop tweeting starting effectively immediately. So your genius idea here to being attacked online is to bring up a story about how you got dogpiled on again and then try to play the victim card. Saying that random people on the internet wanted you and your family to, well, die pretty much for showing any support for AI. Look, Randy, again, I don't hate you, but this is the internet after all. Every day, if you have a following, people are gonna say mean things about you. It really doesn't matter what you make on the internet either, by the way. I've had people almost every single day wishing for me to end myself all the time. I get told often people hope I shoot myself or some tragedy falls upon me or my family. Many people want me censored or just deplatformed and then some, all because I talk about video games. I would argue, frankly, in the past few months, I haven't even been as spicy as I usually am. I'm trying to focus more on the industry itself. I have largely moved on from starting beef with some, failed games journalists or whatnot in the past. Despite that, I still get told very negative things pretty often. I get DM'd on Instagram all the time, calling me fat, stupid, or more, but I mean, that's the internet. And look, I'm not asking for sympathy, by the way. If you hate me, it's fine. Keep the hate coming. I don't care either way, but you won't find me crying about it and then asking people to be nice to me on Twitter. There's about two worst things you can do once you get caught in controversy. One is make those people even more mad by being stupid, and the other is trying to pull the pity card, because Randy here has done the latter. Plus, Randy, my guy, why are you asking Grok to block anyone who's mean to you? Dude, you're like over 50 years old and you're the CEO. You admit yourself that you like dark humor. I do too. But if you're gonna be a self-proclaimed edgy guy but can't take the heat while dishing it out, it is time to probably pack it up and go home, man. I know the internet can be volatile, trust me, but the answer here is not to attack your fans or say Grok should block anyone who attacks you. That is, in your own words, are SHIT heads. You said that, not me, although I had to block the words in your text because, YouTube's gonna YouTube. But the point remains that trying to play the victim when you thought you could do no wrong was the exact opposite of what you should be doing. You're the CEO, man. It's your job to shepherd that studio you control to a brighter future. What you should be doing right now is connecting with the fans. Give them more free vault keys in games like you already do. Share some fan art. Spread some positivity, for God's sakes. If you want to turn this around, you gotta not keep digging into the well of sadness you're leaving yourself in right now of your own volition. My God, I feel like I'm a therapist. Did I forget my therapist book before this? Jeez, I didn't even realize I had a degree in psychology suddenly. But the point remains that Randy attacking fans like this and saying, I want to block you all for being mean to me, it's just not going to end well for you, dude. As one user replied to Randy, I'd say just take a break from online and enjoy the praise for Borderlands 4 from afar. I understand you feel attacked right now, but a lot of things have been said that just won't help your cause. Many of us believe in Borderlands and want it to do well. This person is right, dude. Just step away for now. Stop engaging. Nothing you're doing is helping your case. Like I said, just retweet some fan art or cosplays. Maybe share some clips of people engaging with Borderlands from Twitch or YouTube instead. Another user with the best name ever then gave this great advice to Randy, which also reads, here's the best advice you'll ever get. Don't make the same mistake twice. And this is just what it is, isn't it? Randy has now made the same mistake not once, but like 3 or 4 times now in a row. The guy is either a masochist or truly just can't read the room. Then another Borderlands content creator named Killer6 would reply with this to Randy and the whole AI thing. I think it's more of a concern that as a game developer, you're promoting a thing that is harming actual game developers. It's something that should never be used to replace art or artists. AI should exist to make our lives easier via redundant tasks and operations, not art. Unfortunately for Randy, I don't think he'll take any of this criticism to heart and really understand it. The guy just seems to be out of touch with the way the internet works these days. You already got the CEO of Take-Two treating players like they're walking wallets. The last thing you need is another CEO of any given franchise now just claiming, hey Twitter, you should ban all these people because they're mean to me. Even if you meant it as a joke, it really doesn't matter. Just stop, dude. Go be with your family. Go do magic tricks or whatever it is that you do on your free time. And maybe don't play the victim while telling people that you're on the toilet when you tweet. Not an image I want in my head, to be honest. But Randy, man, again, I don't hate you. I just think you failed to read the room is all. I hope Borderlands 4 is amazing because, well, clearly you're going to need it after all of this. And just focus on ensuring that the game is amazing and as good as it can possibly be. And don't be like your boss above, you know, who thinks people are just walking wallets, because the industry needs that human connection and less of whatever it is that you and Zelnick are doing right now more than ever. But these guys aren't even the only CEOs who are proving they're kind of incapable of reading the room. This now brings me to Mind's Eye, a game being made by former Rockstar lead developers. From the footage that you're seeing, it's this weird mix of like GTA meets Deus Ex and Cyberpunk and even Watch Dogs. Although a lot of people online are witnessing these new gameplay trailers that just came out and have been saying that Mind's Eye looks sort of mid or tech demo-y, if you will. I mean, from what I've seen in Mind's Eye, it looks fine, I guess. It definitely feels like it's mid missing that sauce for sure, and I'm pretty sure the main guy here is the same dude who played Lincoln Clay in Mafia 3 as well. But anyway, like Randy with Gearbox, Mind's Eye's co-CEO, whose name is Mark Gerard of Scottish-based developer Built a Rocket Boy, said, as IGN's article reads here, Mind's Eye's co-CEO claims there is a concerted effort by some to trash the game, and the studio suggests people are being paid or using spam bots to post negative comments. So Mark Gerard is accusing the entire media and even, some players who have previewed Mind's Eye of being paid bots that are hating on his studio's debut game. Yeah, it's not a good look, I gotta admit. Like I said, Mark and his other co-CEO, whose name is Leslie Benzies, are ex-lead Rockstar developers who made pretty much every Grand Theft Auto game ever made before leaving the studio. A user in the Discord for Mind's Eye would ask Mark Gerard this about the negative press that Mind's Eye has gotten from the previews that went live recently, which reads, "Do you think that all the people who reacted negatively were financed by someone?" And then Mark would reply with 100% and then would say, "Doesn't take much to guess who." Who is he alluding to, you think? Rockstar themselves maybe? That his former colleagues who don't want to see him succeed are somehow trying to ruin his reputation so that Mind's Eye fails maybe? Mark Gerard would further elaborate a scene here where he would then say, "I just said that there was a concerted effort by some people that don't want to see Leslie or Build a Rocket Boy to be successful that are making a concerted effort to trash the game and the studio. It's pretty easy to see the bots and the repeated replies to any content that we put out." I will admit it has been weird to read some previews like this one from Rock Paper Shotgun that's titled, "Sorry Mind's Eye, even with your first actual gameplay trailer, I still don't believe you're a real game. I've convinced myself the whole thing is an elaborate prank." Rock Paper Shotgun then says this, "Plus there's just the game's whole vibe. The UI isn't awful, it just feels like the kind of thing you'd see in maybe the game's first trailer. But then you watch a video titled All of the Differences Between Mind's Eye first and second trailer and see how it's improved. The gameplay itself looks like something you'd see in a TV show that made a fake video game to have a character play for an episode. There's a CPR rhythm minigame for heaven's sake. What's going on here? Are we back in 2009? The starkly negative commentary doesn't even stop there. They continue with this. Mind's Eye just has the vibe of someone asking a 12-year-old what their perfect game would be despite not knowing a lick of what makes anything good or interesting in the first place. The trailer did also provide a roadmap for future updates, which include a couple of special collaborations, more missions, multiplayer, that kind of thing. Nothing that makes me think Mind's Eye will become a real game, but hey, maybe this thing's the next Fortnite? Probably not." Yeah, this is weirdly negative coming from Rock Paper Shotgun. I mean, the game looks like a game. I don't really understand that negativity there. Apparently, the game is a more linear, focused, narrative-driven game, but has free roam after a certain point into the game's story. And the game has a massive user-generated content tool that, according to the developers, will allow for infinite replayability in their eyes. But it's also weird because a user asked on Twitter if Mind's Eye will have freedom, online stuff like GTA 5 does, where you can run around and shoot people, and here's what the dev said. "For now, the game has a free roam mode, which you'll unlock as you play. You can also jump into studio-made levels and other experiences outside of the main story. In the future, Mind's Eye will become fully open world and multiplayer." In the future. So out of the box, the game is not fully open world or has multiplayer then at launch then? My question to that is, why release it in this state then if objectively speaking it will be a better game later on? Wouldn't it be more beneficial to release your game when it has fully open world elements and multiplayer, fully playable? Because otherwise you're asking people to now buy your game at full price for technically less content than it will have in the future, or am I crazy? They also confirm here, as you can see, that the console versions of Mind's Eye will not have the player-generated content tools enabled, and only PC will have that at launch. But they are working to get them implemented as soon as possible, and this just strikes me as weird, So, let me get this straight. Not only does the game not have multiplayer, or I guess full open world modes available, but it also won't have a core feature meant to give the replayability on 2 of the 4 platforms that you're releasing on day 1. Only Steam and Epic Game Store will have that. Again, I'm not saying boycott this game or anything like that. I'm just really confused, and maybe you are too, because can we just agree, why release this then right now? Also, FYI, if you're watching this video when it first comes out, Mind's Eye releases on June 10th, 2025. Yeah, I know, it releases in 2 weeks as of this video going live. I was surprised too. I thought it was way later. And my question then is, why are you releasing it so soon when it's clearly not ready to be the full experience that it's marketing itself to be? Not only is that kind of disingenuous, but wouldn't it be better to wait till maybe at least fall 2025? Get it all right and going and working properly so all these things are ready at launch? But when YouTubers that I've seen online like Maddie Plays says that Mind's Eye is kind of mid and previews claim that the game is a buggy mess, again, I can't confirm these things since I haven't played it myself. This whole game just, it comes off as really weird, dude. Like, it's an early access game. I even looked it up on PSN. In Canada, the game will be $80 at release. In America, it'll be $60. So, okay, not a full price game at least, but still very odd to be selling this while core major features are clearly just not going to be there day one. A user did ask Mark Gerard, the co-CEO, if he claims that YouTubers are ruining his game's reputation, but he confirms here, as you can see, that he doesn't claim that. He claims that spam bot farms are targeting Mind's Eye and spreading negative comments to reduce hype on his studio's first game. And look, whether he's right or not, I don't know as of yet right now, but as you can see from this video, whether it's Randy Pitchford over there with Borderlands 4 playing the victim again when it hasn't worked in the past, now you have this other CEO claiming that his game is being destroyed by bots, and honestly, this is all just a massive mess to me. In my opinion, if you're a CEO of a game with a lot to lose by speaking out like this, probably best to just not say anything at all. And like always, just let your product speak for yourselves. If the game is objectively great, people will show up to play it. But this victim blaming whataboutism strategies are clearly not gonna work. But what do you think about all of this? Is Randy's newest comments good or bad for Borderlands 4's reputation? And what about Mind's Eye? Is it worth the asking price for what's on offer day one? Let me know in the comments. But thank you for watching, subscribe, and man, these CEOs are really weird these days, dude. But anyways, and I'll see you guys in the next one.